Okay, this is nonsense. I was seen in a dishevelled state. My Dr. Phelan, is always dishevelled. Nobody's taken away his liberty. And it also says I'd often be gone for days or weeks. I never left my flat. I was gone for a night even, or a day. I'd always go back to my flat to sleep. I was never disappeared for days or weeks and came back dishevelled like a cat that came in from the cold. That's a lie. That's just some social worker engaging in hearsay with my neighbours who I don't get on with, and they say annual nonsense, and it should not end up at a court of law and be regarded as evidence. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Someone says something outrageous and it's used as evidence. If you take away someone's liberty, that's judge and jury. Alright, incidents of aggression and non-compliance and all the rest of it. You're saying that I was, because of the way others would behave towards me, I was delicate and vulnerable, I was at risk. And then you're turning around, and what are you saying? Incidents of aggression and non-compliance. Anyone who I'd be having a discussion with was a lot bigger than me, and I've never attacked anyone. I don't have a history of violence. So you're making myself out to be a lost puppy brought me out of the cold 1 minute, and the next minute you're saying I'm dangerous. In the same answer, you're contradicting yourself, and I'd like to know why that is. I mean, it's ridiculous. In justifying my liberty to be taken away because I was hostile towards neighbours and various things happened, and the police were supposed to be called. On that particular occasion, I came in to Gloucester House on a Monday morning to be assessed if I was in a state where my liberty could be taken away. I was assessed by Dr. Phelan. He said I was fine. He asked me the questions. I left. The person who was there when I was assessed was Ken Little. He wasn't happy. So he put in the file something that now overturns Dr. Phelan's opinion. Dr. Phelan is a consultant. Ken Little is a social worker, and if he doesn't like his opinion, he shouldn't have some type of vendetta or put something onto my file that changes what Dr. Phelan put there, because he works for Dr. Phelan, not vice versa. Since when do social workers overturn the opinions of consultants? It's ridiculous, and most of what they're putting down here is hearsay and lies. It's ridiculous. There's no basis to make him to do an opinion based on fact. Alright, it says a neighbour was investigated who attacked me, but no charges were brought due to me being unwilling to press charges. What actually happened was, the police said allegedly to what I said. Then I proved that I was telling the truth forensically, because I kept some glasses with some saliva on them. Then they gave an account how I attacked someone. Then I showed that account couldn't be true because there's a tree in the way I couldn't be seen. And then they made out that I wasn't attacking. It was found that I wasn't fighting or attacking someone, and the guy was bigger than me. He had admitted to what he'd done. I asked for charges to be pressed. The police went away. They came back, and even though I admitted the serious assault, the police said they weren't going to charge or arrest him. Now, this wasn't me unwilling to press charges. This was the police calling me a liar, then saying I told the truth, then refusing to allow me to press charges. So it's not my unwillingness to take action. Issue 12. What plans does the Trust have to investigate whether or not there are other patients with autism? Okay, the answer to issue number 12 is very, very easy. I can't believe a consultant came up with this. Simple schizophrenia, a diagnosis commonly made where there's no clear psychotic symptoms such as delusional belief, hallucinations, and hallucinations are not evident. Well, there's various things going on here. Number one, I wasn't diagnosed as that, so that's no excuse for me. You said paranoid. And number two, a person's got a condition where the symptoms aren't evident. The symptoms aren't evident because they're not there. Not alone are you misdiagnosing by not analysing the symptoms properly. Well, they're not there. You simply say they're not evident. Now, this happened in Russia. It was called slow-burning schizophrenia. And they used it as an excuse to lock up anyone. You're behaving like it's Russia. Bow your head in shame. Get out of the service. The Trust does not have plans to systematically review persons diagnosed with schizophrenia under its care to exclude the possibility that they suffer from Asperger's syndrome. Does this mean that you have plans to review persons under your care to include the possibility of Asperger's syndrome? Does it mean you look out for it? And if you do, does that mean you're going to exclude schizophrenia? Or corollary to the last point, if you don't have plans to review for people with schizophrenia to exclude Asperger's, or to review to include Asperger's, if it's neither, can you answer whether or not you have plans to review people diagnosed with schizophrenia to see if they have Asperger's, considering that is found to have cases like this in the past? Considering you've had cases like this in the past and mistakes have been made because you haven't looked out for them, how can your solution be that you have no plans to look out for something as a solution because in the past the problem came about because you weren't looking out for it in the first place? How is ongoing behaviour where you've said that it's a mistake to do, that continuing to do that, putting down that you're continuing to make a mistake, somehow remedies the mistake? Now, I don't know who's the expert here, but like, you got a team of consultants to put this together. You included Qureshi, Phelan, Dr. Dale, and Dr. Jolly, and God knows who else. I'm putting forward this is just a little criticism to your this big report you came out with that I've been waiting. Okay, your recommendation to everything that's gone wrong, what you're going to do is you're going to send out a load of raw statistics. I hope when you do send them out to me that they're compiled and meaningful, firstly, and secondly you're going to do a screening questionnaire. Well, as regards the statistics that you're going to send out to me and the screening questionnaire, I can't say for myself because I don't have the expertise to know whether that's adequate or not, but what I can say is that I'll send those to the Autistic Society, the Autistic Society, to see whether or not that is a valid remedy. Right. And those are my concerns. I can't believe it.